Hey everybody, I hope you're all doing great. So we have a new moon happening right now, and it's May 2023. So whether you're watching this in the new moon energy of May 2023 or somewhere in the future, I'm tapping into this energy. Thank you for tapping into it with me. And we're gonna learn some things. We're gonna heal and grow together. I have no idea what the wisdom is going to be that's presented, but I'm looking into the collective, looking into this new moon energy. Did you guys hear that zooming car out there? That zooming car is a part of my video now, forevermore. Maybe it picked up in my microphone, maybe it didn't, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep zooming. Okay, I'm gonna relax now, close my eyes, look at the new moon energies, collective energies, and we'll see what the most meaningful wisdom, healing perspectives are for all of us. Thank you so much for being a part of the experience. All right, here we go. Okay. So, what's interesting is there's a sense of just slowing way down. There's a sense of stillness. I'm not convinced that's all that there is here, okay? Because they're starting to show me a scene that even my... Why is all this noise happening? I'm getting targeted. I'm getting targeted by noise. Okay, I don't even know if this picks up in my microphone or not. Now police sirens. There's a zooming car. There's a freaking airplane that sounds like it's gonna land on top of my house. Now there's police. It's like a whole active world out there. Why is it so crazy? I'm trying to do a new moon energy reading. Okay. I was debating whether I was gonna just start over or just keep that the way that it is. And you know what? We'll just keep it the way it is. We're just gonna keep moving forward. No matter what happens, we're just gonna keep moving forward. If I get sound blasted, I'm just gonna keep moving forward. I'm in control here. I'm in control. So I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna tap in. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try this again. We know about the stillness and slowing down. We know about that stuff, okay? And the scene that started to develop was, it started with darkness, okay? But there's something very specific about the way it's shaped. And it's got this kind of pillar and then these like dark walls everywhere. I can't really understand it if it's chipping paint. Maybe there's paint that's covering this. That's what creates the darkness. It's not real darkness. It's just paint, you know? But there's no light on, so it doesn't matter if it's painted black or that there's no light on, it creates the darkness. There's something important about that detail. So I'm just gonna keep watching, okay? So it starts here. Okay. Yeah, I'm really small, and where I'm standing with this pillar, it's quite big. It's not skinny, it's really a big pillar. And a room that seems to be revolving around this pillar, but it doesn't move. It seems like this pillar is really important. And it feels like it's painted and the paint is chipping away, but everything's so tall and so massive in comparison to the size of myself, which is really small, okay? All right, this is the next thing. It has to do with finding my path, finding my direction, and I'm understanding where do I stand in the midst of all of this, and where am I going in the midst of all of this, and where I exist right now in the scene doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's not giving me much in the way of clues. So if I were to kind of parallel to daily human life, you could imagine standing in a situation in life where you just don't really know where you're standing and what are you looking at and why is it like this. So there's some confusion, okay? And where are you going to go with the situation that you're in? Where are you going to go with it? Is it real darkness or was it just painted black to look like it was dark and the paint's chipping? So something is falling apart. Something is trying to create the illusion of, but it doesn't have a lot of strength. It's just old chipping away paint. And so if we came in with a power washer, we would get to see what's actually here, what's really beneath the surface. So there seems to be a need for some information to come out from beneath the surface, something of the truth, okay? And the truth has a way of guiding us, you know what I mean? So if the truth is painted black and the paint's now chipping, it's kind of a good sign that we're going to be able to see something false, all right? But then if we don't have the tools to really remove the paint to see what's beneath the surface, we're kind of lacking the tools, but we're given an opportunity to see and then make some decisions based upon what we're seeing. And that right there gives us direction. It gives us a path, okay? So let me go back to the scene and we'll see how this is unfolding. Okay, this is what it's like, standing still. I can't make a decision. I can't take a step. There's no forward motion. It's just blah. It's like I'm standing and I represent blah and blah, 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 blah. It's not articulate, it's not clear, it's not intelligent, it's kind of brain fog. It can't even really see that the paint is chipping, can't see that we need the truth, it can't see, so it's missing something, okay? But it seems like we need to get the wheels turning in the mind, we need to get some exercise, or we need to maybe drink some coffee, or something needs to be activated in the perception. We got to get these wheels turning. We got to open our eyes. We got to start to see here. The clues are staring us right in the face. All we have to do is just choose to pay attention, then to see, right? And then once we see there's something going on here, that then will guide us, okay? So sometimes problems actually are the solutions. So problems are the solutions, and they become those stepping stones, a stepping stone in a good direction. Because once we see the problem, we have an opportunity to make it better, and that way, then the stepping stone is moving us in a positive direction. You see how that works? They're not allowing me to give this representation of a person. I get to feel like I am that person. I also get to watch that person in the space, okay, in order to interpret this new moon message for all of us. I'm not allowed to change the circumstances. Like, I'm not allowed to, give this person a pair of eyes to see and just see what happens if I were to do that. What would they do with this opportunity? Now they see, what are they going to do next? No, they want me to be still. They want me to wait and just see how things unfold, okay? I want to tell you what echoes back to me about this. This is important. It's not for me to control, to see. So in my perception of this situation that I'm being presented with, it's quite clear. If I could only give that person a little nudge in the right direction, if I could only help them to see what they're not able to see, that would really make it better for them, right? So now I'm the Almighty One that knows what is best for this person and their whole life path, but I'm not going to be able to, I'm not allowed to reach them. I'm not allowed to. So I have to be okay with that. So if I were to parallel this conversation with human life, you may see something that a friend or a family member is going through that you really do see what could make this better, give them a little bit of an edge to help nudge them in a better direction. But it's not for them to see with your pair of eyes. It's for them to see with their own pair of eyes. And you may have to just be patient, and it may be okay to just let them take it at their own pace, at their own time, all right? There's a sense of discomfort with that, disappointment. It makes me sad because they could have such a better life if they just do what I tell them to do, right? So there's a weird sense of the right intentions can sometimes be more controlling than we know. And so what instantly comes to me is, you know what? I'm going to just be somebody in the scene. So there's going to be two people now standing here. I'm just going to appear here. And I'm just going to tell them that, there's something I see. And I see that this is covered in pain. I see there's something beneath the surface. They'll either hear me. They'll either be more curious about what I have to say, or they won't want to talk about it. They don't see what I see. It means nothing to them. And then that gives me a little bit more of a wiggle room that I did the best that I could to try to help make the situation better. It might not be for them to see it in my way. And it's okay. That's okay. There's something about this conversation that's important, okay? What is happening? It is breezy out there, okay? So I think the wind just blew something is what happened there. If you heard that. This must be part of my new moon message. Okay. All right. I'm appearing here. I am with the person. We're still standing in the same scene. Really tall, thick, ridiculously thick pillar. Like the size of a building, okay? Goes up so high in the sky, like higher than a mountain. It just keeps going up, but we're in a secluded space. Like, it's not like I see the sky. But it goes up on all sides, and everything revolves around this pillar. And so I tell this person, hey, I noticed something about the black paint. If it looks like black paint to me that's chipping away, should we go investigate it? Or what do you think? This person starts to cry, and I see that the black paint is chipping away on the inside of themselves. Do you know how cool that is? Do you know what this parallels and what this means? That they're starting to cry, and actually something they were hiding from their own perception, from their own awareness. And they painted it black, okay? Is now chipping away, and they're starting to become exposed to something. It's time to look at it, but it's difficult to look at. And perhaps it brings up memories that are hard to process. Perhaps it brings up some hard work, sustainability, emotional, mental sustainability. But it is jarring, and it is felt, and it is noticed. I feel that in my heart. That this human, because of what is actually chipping away inside themselves, is a good thing. It's revealing more of the truth instead of the illusion that exists inside themselves, okay? And as that's chipping away, they are actually becoming more true to who they are. And for some reason, it is a process of sadness. It's actually a process of celebration. But unfortunately, it feels like a lot of things. And we don't know how to acclimate to ourselves when we go through basically the shedding of skin, the shedding of old energetic layers, the shedding of, who we once were and who we are now. It's just this feelings process. It's just this reality process. Like, we human beings, we go through these phases where it's tight, and then there's breathability, and then it gets tight, and then there's breathability. And it's okay when it gets really tight and we feel not like ourselves. We feel maybe more bitter. We feel more sad. Or we feel more triggered to anger. We cry and ask God why. It could be one of those moments. You're actually just sort of cleansing the palette of yourself. You're just washing the dirt away. When that's happening, you're actually just washing the dirt away. And then you're starting to discover you're brand spanking new. You're clean and bright and shiny, and you feel better. And then you look 2 days ago and it's like, man, I feel so much better than I did a couple days ago, because you got through to the other side of acclimating to the new sense of self, okay? This whole scene is really important, and I feel like I'm only able to cover so much ground. I feel like there's so much content here, and I can only work so quickly. I feel like I am very slow, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. I want to point out, whatever I experience and whatever I feel inspired to say is an important message. So the fact that the scene is showcasing that it's like, let's say the whole earth is an awesome sort of like a museum of some sort. It's just an awesome, library or university, and it is in its own right. I mean, you could definitely say that that earth is a learning. It's everybody is learning with the school of life, right? And imagine trying to see it all and be everybody on planet Earth and say everything you ever needed to say, feel and be afraid of, and find the courage to, and all in a single, 10-minute time span. That's how this is starting to feel. It's starting to open up that there is so much, and we can only go so quickly with what we're given access to. And that feels like you can't ever keep up with everything. You just almost like a snail pace as you go along, and you want to be able to acclimate and access and communicate so much information, but you just can't do it. The human being just can't do it. When it comes to energy communication, you can receive a plethora of images and feelings and a whole kind of sort of painted picture about a meaning that's being conveyed instantaneously. Now, when I have to take the time to convey that meaning, which here we are, I don't know, probably something like 16 minutes in at this point, but it's like it's taking me all this long time to deduce what I'm presented, to describe it, to go through the clues, to feel like I'm the person. I'm also the observer, to explain what this means to me. What do you think it means to you? And to move us along as we're getting these strange blips in this other dimensional reality where real life is happening and we get to experience the sounds out there, right? So here we are in the video experiencing this dimensional reality, while out here there's a real other dimensional reality that's sort of playing through the video, which makes it really cool. But you see how much time it takes to have this whole experience together? So why would we want to rush it anyway? You know what I mean? How many years have I been making videos on YouTube? You know what I mean? Like, why would I? It's like I couldn't possibly say everything because life is always in motion and it's always giving us I don't know, adapting to a new reflection in the mirror, how we see ourselves, how we see the world, how the world's changing, how we feel about those changes, how we grow into becoming a part of those changes, how we change ourselves, the person that we were 10 years ago, who we are today. You know, all this stuff, all of life. And then it all takes us back to this massive pillar and the black paint and what is truly the darkness and where is the light. And then it was really just chipping away on the inside as we are actually understanding and learning these things together. It's all perspective, right? So let me see there's one more message here in the midst of all of this, okay? That the new moon energies really want us to just have access to. Okay, this is an important message. So it has to do, but I want to say it has to do with the weight of the mind, the weight of the heart, the weightlessness of the mind, the weightlessness of the heart. Weightlessness, weightlessness. So the weight of the mind, the weight of the heart, you can imagine what that might feel like and what might cause those feelings, right? But what about the weightlessness of the mind and the weightlessness of the heart? Because the more we allow ourselves to experience the weightlessness and the way that we are, now suddenly what we're holding on to or what's even chipping away to reveal something of our new self, all of these processes are just happening in the midst of a sense of weightlessness. What creates that is light and love, right? It's a sense of breath. It's a sense of it's okay. Like everything's going to be okay. Even if it's totally not okay right now, that's the weight of the mind, the weight of the heart, right? It's totally not okay right now, but it's actually going to be okay. Now the weightlessness of the mind, the weightlessness of the heart. And you see the different dimensional realities we live in based upon how we work through what we see and how it makes us feel and how we see others and what they're going through and how we do. And you see all the ways, the intricate ways that our minds are sort of animating us and creating these interactions and these domino effects. And now the whole world is a part of us. And here I am in this screen, right? But here I am in my reality and what version of time, you know? But then out there, these sounds that will be forever captured in the screen. Like everything is a dimensional reality of exchanges. Lots of exchanges going on here. It seems like if I were to define more articulately this message from the weight to the weightless, this final message from the new moon, is for you to think about that and ask yourself if that helps in any way, shape, or form. To experience, imagine, feel, let go of the weight, to be a participant of the weightlessness and still be grounded and still be alive and still be present and still work through each and every moment of your day. And why do you have to carry the weight? You know what I mean? Why do you have to? You can just be weightless and just trust that everything's happening for all the right reasons and that it's going to work out how it works out and that you've got what it takes to get through it, and for better or for worse, and that you're literally living this moment in this time for all the right reasons. And that everything's happening for all the right reasons. We're taking the weight, we're just letting it go, like, I don't know, seeds in the wind that can go somewhere else and seed in someone else's mind. Like, seed somewhere else. I'm weightless, man. I don't need those thoughts. I don't need that energy weighing me down. I'm going to give myself permission to just let the chips just fall away, the paint just chip off to reveal my true light and the heart of who I am and the mind of what I'm working with in this life, and my inspiration to make this video and share, and your inspiration to watch it and be a part of it and think what you think about it. And now we're just starting to feel more weightless, more easygoing. Yes, there's work to do. We don't have to destroy ourselves in order to work through it. We can feel weightless too. Seems like the new moon is asking us, as we go through this process of interpreting this image, right? And this person, which is also a reflection of what we all go through, and then a helper along the way, and trying to see things in a new way, and working through the skins that we're shedding, and etc. Is that the more that we feel a part of the solution, and we embrace the problem that guides us to the solution, and it guides us to our own light, the more joy in the weightlessness that we feel, and we let go of the weight. We just let it go. I just keep seeing seeds. It's just blowing in the wind, and they're all just these thoughts and this attachment to memory and these emotions that, it just kind of molded and shaped us in this way that makes us feel however we feel, in a deep and heavy way, right? In the abyss kind of way. I just keep saying the word weightlessness. The problem leads us to the solution. The solution is guiding us forward. The solution is our path. You know where you're going because you know where the problem and then where the solution is taking you. And don't hold on to what is breaking you down, what is hard to interpret, what you can't see, all this stuff. Wait. Coming weightless. So that's the final message. Yeah. It's just a lighthearted experience, isn't it? Lighthearted creates weightlessness. If you can be, right? And why wouldn't you be? Because you don't have to be. You could get caught in the circulation of frustration, aggravation. You can get caught in that circulation of feeling despair. You can get caught in it. And it happens, right? And sometimes we just need a little reminder that it's okay to just take a break from that. New Moon says take a break from that. Just take a break from it. It's okay to give yourself a break from it. As an energy healer, I will say when you silence those sounds of, I guess, the grinding, right? When you silence those sounds of the grinding, now you get to hear sounds that you couldn't hear because the emotional or mental grinding was in the way of what you're trying to actually listen to, which is part of the solution. And so you have to take a break sometimes from that grinding. You have to open yourself up to those other positive, lightweight, lighthearted inspirations to help give you an edge, Because even in the scene where I just wanted to show him the paint was chipping away and things are different now, it wasn't like I was a jerk or I was being rude or I was trying to control their life. I just saw something that I thought could be helpful. And that's a lightweight intention, It's a lightweight intention, especially when you give them your perspective and you let them kind of mold it around, shape it around, or do nothing with it and be okay with that. Be okay with them. That's hard to do sometimes, especially if they're really close to your heart. You want what's best for them, but they might not want what's best for themselves. And you have to be okay with that because it's not your life, it's their life. And that's their gift to themselves, that life. And you just get to be a part of it. So that's why I meant to say all that stuff. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, like it. If you like the video, like it. Subscribe, share. There'll be more videos in the future, in the near future, and probably far future. But I don't know what the future holds, right? I can imagine it. I don't know. All you know about right now. All right. I hope you're all doing well. As you know, I do sessions. Maybe you don't know that. But if you would be interested in having me take a look at something in your energy field, something in your life, it would be an honor to support you. You can book a session at my website at abbeynormalswisdomclass.com. Have a great day, everybody.